Hey, so you finished your first project. Your bunny is done and you are ready to learn some new skills and try out a new project. Well done. That is awesome. And I can't wait to tell you about some options that you can do. So you now know how to do a knit stitch. You know how to cast off, and you might know how to cast on. You cast on, whether you learned it in the last class or you didn't. Either way, you're probably going to need a refresher class on that one, which we will cover. Again, it's usually going to take 2 to 3 projects before you get really comfortable with your cast on, because we just don't use it very much, right? So once you've done it a bunch, you'll get really comfortable with it. The knit stitch, I bet you have down at this point and you're feeling pretty confident. Awesome. So if you're not feeling very confident, then I'd recommend that you keep working on the knit stitch a little bit longer. But here are some things that you can do next. So if you're like, I really want a little bit more practice, you might do a dishcloth. And if you would like to take the dishcloth class, you can grab the link right there, hopefully. I will walk you through how to make a dishcloth. And there's all the supplies that you need in that video. Or you might be like, you know what? I am ready to go. I am ready to learn something new. Teach me the purl stitch. I'd love to. So for the purl stitch, you could, if you're like, I really want something different, you could go ahead and do a stockinette stitch dishcloth. And the link for that is going to be right here. Or if you're digging these stuffed animals, I do have this very adorable stockinette stitch bunny. And that's what we're going to do next. So this bunny is constructed, he's very, very similar to your garter stitch bunny. They're almost identical. And one of the things that I find most interesting about these two projects is that you can really see how different stitches do things, right? Because just like in just the way you put this guy together, you're going to do the same thing for this. This is just a square. The difference with this bunny is that we knit the front and then we purl the back. And purling, of course, is what we will learn in this class. So for supplies for your little bunny, they're going to look basically identical to the supplies you needed for the last one. How nice is that? You might want some new yarn. I mean, if you're like, I want a whole army of bunnies in the same color, then you're probably set, because chances are pretty good that the yarn you got, you have so much left. But that would be the main thing that you need, because you will, of course, need needles in a size 6. But if you just did this bunny, then you've got him. Now, if you're coming from the dishcloth class, or you already knew how to knit stitch and you're jumping in here, welcome, then you might need these things, obviously. So you want a size 6 needle. Wood is a really great place to be right now, because they're not as slippery as metal. Once you've done more projects, metal can be nice because they're fast. But right now we don't want our stitches falling off of anything. So these can be really handy. These are Clovers. You can buy these at most craft stores, and you can get them on Amazon. They are a 9-inch. This is KnitPicks Interchangeable. You buy your tips and you buy your cable separately. These come from knitpicks.com. So those are the main things you'll need. You will, of course, need your yarn needle, because obviously we got to have that at the end. You will need some filling of some sort, your poly-fil or wool filling, that stuffing. You're going to need that because it's not a stuffed animal without it. You will need a little bit of a different color for the eyes, and you will need a pom-pom maker, although this can be optional. And that's about everything that you're going to need. So grab all your supplies, and when you've got them all ready, leave me a comment and say, I'm ready for the next class. All right? I will see you soon. Bye.